They always spoke of how beautiful I was. I was an attraction, a possession highly valued. They waged wars, shed blood. None would let me go. Be not baffled by my parched throat. I have been kept in deep waters for over 70 years. It is how my oppressor stays soaked in the nourishment that I offer. I am exquisite, a stage of grand strategies, high Himalayan mountains turned into a commodity, snow-capped white, crowned, crimson like saffron. I am magnificent, but scared and scarred. Each scar has a story of its own. Like the story of 100 pellets embedded in my eyes, face, and head that you could feel by the touch of your hand that I cannot remove without putting my life at risk. And now my enemy will always be a part of my body. I am Hiba, 19 months old. I was blinded. And now all I hear are the sounds of bullets going through flesh when I should be learning the sound of vowel mix to turn into words and then language and then give voice which you take away from me. Enforced disappearances, de-radicalization camps, cluster bombs, electrocution, tear gas, pellet guns, mass graves, mass rape, you name it, and you will find it in Kashmir. Yet you still speak of how beautiful I am and my fair-skinned daughters, but not of my thick-skinned enemies with skin so thick that no mercy seeps through. They Indianize, colonize, militarize, while you stand up there in your fancy conference rooms in all your ego and pride, speaking of world peace. Do you not see? I am Kashmir. These are the stories of how the ISS spells out atrocities, paints them with our pain and grief, and turns back to the world and says, that's complete normalcy. Normal that there is one doctor for 4,000 of us, one ventilator for 17,000 of us, but 3 soldiers for every single one of us. Hindutva and fascism are 2 sides of the same coin that keep tossing our rights that you wrote at Geneva. You numbered them, Article 55, 56, and 59. Now, do you not have the time as 12.5 million people are locked under constitutional assault before any pandemic ever came? You put psychological well-being on your sustainable development goals, but how well do you think I could be after going to sleep with axes next to my pillows and shovels against the doors for fear of a nitrate and your devils that I abhor, who hold nothing sacred? And you, how healthy are you to not feel anything, to look away by choice as they mute my voice, as they pin human beings to windshields, and you just count the deaths like some number game you've gotten too used to playing every day for decades. Oh, powerful men, you puff your chest at how noble it is to be a keeper of the keys. Tell me, is it not disgraceful to lock up a child like me, oh powerful men? Your smiles stretch from the Pacific to the Atlantic, just like your reach. Tell me, is it not disgraceful to ignore the chains at my feet? Oh powerful men, you take pride in raising up institutions like yours. Tell me, have you not failed the principles they stand for? Oh powerful men, to make me feel so small, so weak, yet still when I fight for my right, I plead, oh powerful men, you seem so big, so strong. How can you allow this barbarity to go on, oh powerful men? The memories of Holocaust will shake your conscience to the core, but come Kashmiri genocide and you conveniently ignore. Because so what if I have stories to tell? What does it matter as long as powerful men have weapons to sell? And just like that, they'll keep murdering us with more and more guns, obsessed with an ideology they refuse to shun. And for the rest of you, the economic value of markets will always be greater than human life and human blood. But don't get too comfortable. The earth is littered with ruins of empires that believed they were eternal. So even though now you don't want to see, you will be forced to see until it gets out of hand and the nuclear bomb goes off, until the drops of blood splash onto your face, your skin, and your kin. And you realize how you spoke of how beautiful I am, but did nothing as I was being ripped off of my dignity. Just like that, soldiers will keep pouring blood from civilian skulls as if they could turn it into wine. You can keep trying to crack it down, but I have an ironclad spine. Just like that, I rebel, I resist, and behold, I shine. Just like that. Long is the way and hard that out of hell leads up to light. I may have a graveyard for a heart, but it's still beating. Choking peppers and punctured lungs, but I'm still breathing. Empty, as I've poured everything out, but I'm still bleeding. So if you dare speak of how beautiful I am, speak of my resilience, my brilliance, unnerved as I fight for my right to be free. I am Kashmir.